Hey guys, Bushcraft family, new location. No, this is not a green screen. This is actually out at Lake Park. You can probably hear ruckus going out in the background and whatnot, but today we are here because I've got another challenge. This challenge being something I did like 7 years ago, when I first started the channel. My very first video was a video on, let me range this a little bit better. There we go. First video was on Wranglestar. He's a big YouTuber, and at the time he did a challenge. He went to the dollar store, or the Dollar Tree, and he purchased 10 items, which was at that time was $10. So I did the challenge, and what it was is you needed 10 items to survive 24 hours. If you had to make a survival kit to survive 24 hours. So that's what I did. And then the rules are that you have to get a knife, because you just don't go in there and just buy a bunch of food and that's all you do. You have to buy a knife, or get a knife, no matter what knife you can get there. That's the fun part of the challenge. A knife, you have to get something to start a fire, meaning it could be a light or matches, whatever. You had to get a light source, something that you could see in the dark. What else? You had to get something to eat for 24 hours. It could be a couple meals or whatever. Something to cook in, something to boil water, to purify water. What else it was there? Oh, something to make a shelter with, and water. Okay, so you got all that down. Now I want everybody to do this, and it's not at the Dollar Tree is not $1 no more, but still, instead of buying $10 worth of stuff, just buy 10 items. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to it. And sorry about the wind. Hopefully you guys can hear me well. There was no wind when I started recording. Anyways, my first item is a knife. It's what I looked for is something that I think would hold together if I had to use, had the baton, it had a thick spine to it and everything. Again, $1. Well, $1.25 now. Probably not the sharpest, but you never know. It might just be. There's our cutting device. Now, this is not on the list of things that you need, but I got cordage. Cordage is very important. It would be to tie up my shelter, and I got the paracord. It's probably not the best paracord, but I did check, and it has strands inside of it, so I could use it for multiple purposes. I can use it for fishing or whatever. So that's my next item. Fire starter. Get a whole pack of these matches. I should be able to start a fire with all these matches. What the heck was that? Get out of here. Bugs crawling on me. Okay, so my light source. I did find some, disposable flashlight somewhat, but I went with the good old candle. And After the candle's done, I've got another container. This will also produce heat. So, and these things probably burn for a good long while. So this is my light source. My next thing on the list was my shelter. I got trash cans or trash bags, and these are 39-gallon bags, so they're pretty good size. Now, the reason why I got these instead of getting those really cheap tablecloth that everybody else gets, those things are really, really bad. And these are like 3 times the thickness, the mil, or wherever you want to call it. They are at least 3 times thicker, if not a little bit more. 39 gallons. I could take 2 of these and make a shelter. I could take another one of these, fill them with leaves, and lay them down, and that is my mattress. Not to mention I have ways of carrying water with this. I have ways to carrying all this stuff with these, because there's 7 bags in there. All the purposes I can do with this compared to just one flimsy tablecloth. My next thing was, on top of it, this is a bonus item. More plastic. I can make, and it is 2.75 meters by 9 foot by 12 foot. There you go. And it's probably really thin, but the stuff that I could do with this, shelter, you know, all kinds of stuff, rain catchment. So that was my bonus item. Another bonus item was duct tape. Yes, duct tape. I don't have to say any more. I can use it for fire starter. I can use it for all kinds of purposes. But duct tape, first aid, you know, the list goes on. It's duct tape. Now, for my container, there were many containers that I could use, and the container that I decided to pick up was actually stainless steel, which is perfect because you're not going to get rust or things like that on it. I got a doggy dish. Yes, a doggy dish. Stainless steel. It's much bigger than a bread pan or the aluminum little containers and things like that, because aluminum, after it gets to a certain temperature, it will emit its gas, which is very bad if you're cooking things or trying to warm up water to purify it. And here comes the wind again. So hopefully you guys can hear me good. But there you have it. This is what we have for our container. Here's our water. This is the only size water, and they had bigger waters, but remember, I'm carrying this. I don't want to carry a gallon jug, but when I'm done with this, I still have the container. I still have this to where I can boil it and then put it back in here. My meal is ramen. Yes, good old ramen. I got 5 of them, so that is my meal, my multiple meals for 24 hours. Now, would I feel safe going out into the woods and surviving for 24 hours with this? Oh yeah, definitely. Sorry, there's people coming by watching me record. But anyway, would I feel safe going out and surviving 24 hours? Yes. Would a person that doesn't have experience in living in or surviving out in the wilderness, would they feel safe with this stuff? I can't answer that. I can tell you these are all the items that you would need to survive, because there are what they call the 5 C's: combustible, cordage, container, cutting device, and cover, which would be, you know, shelter. And this. So I have everything that I would need. That is really hard to make out in the wilderness. Sure, you can make cordage, you can make a shelter. Containers are very hard to come by, kind of, because there's litter all over the place, but all this stuff is, even a knife, you can reproduce stuff in a nature that you could use for a cutting device. But there it is. There is my 10 item Dollar Tree survival kit. It used to be $10, so now it's a 10 item. So, and we have airplanes flying over, and we don't even have airports around here. There is my survival kit. So I want to put a challenge out to everybody out there who watches this video, to do this challenge. And again, sometimes these blow up. You never know. You can do one of these yourself for your channel, and it could blow up too. But that is it. That is the end of this video. I thank everybody for hanging out with me. Like always, God bless.